Hello and welcome! In this video we will discover 9 strong signs that you will stay poor and never get rich. Only 5.8% of the total population of the US is considered to be rich. 2 less, I suppose. What makes them different than the rest of the 94%? Must be something, right? There are reasons why everyone can't get to the status of being called rich. There are some habits, some practices, and some frame of mind that is keeping you away from having millions of dollars net worth. People are not poor because their parents or ancestors were poor. They're poor because of the choices and decisions they make. They are poor because of the ways they opt to see the world. Bill Gates was for sure not wrong when he stated being poor is a self-mistake. Rich people see life 10 years from now. They make sacrifices and keep aside their fantasies till the time they are able to afford them. There are a few signs that can be alarming enough to tell you that you will never be rich as long as you fall into those categories. Some of the signs are included in this video for you to have a look and help yourself make better decisions if you're somehow lying anywhere here. Before we dive in, make sure you subscribe to the channel and don't forget to download your free book on financial freedom by clicking on the link in the description below. Number 1. Lack of planning. Plans are nothing, planning is everything. Dwight D. Eisenhower. When was the last time you wondered about going to Hawaii and enjoying a lavish vacation of your dreams? Maybe when a friend discussed his vacations, or maybe when you watched some movie or a show that rang the bell in your mind. Anyhow, whatever be the case, what did you do after you heard the bell ringing? You thought the door would open all by itself while you play the music, or did you lift up your lazy ass from the couch and walk yourself up to the door to welcome your guest? If you're poor and watching this video, I bet you're not the latter one. Planning makes you look forward to life. You have goals, and with planning, you can put utmost efforts into maximizing every coming paycheck. If you do not plan, you might end up spending more than you should. Forget about the vacations, you can get indebted to fulfill your basic necessities. The poor never take time out for planning, they don't set goals, they don't maintain a journal to complete their tasks, and by doing so, they choose to stay poor. 2. Lack of effort. Are you from the family who talks about how rich are getting richer and how they're not letting poor people compete with them? Most of the households are such. They've learned helplessness. The lack of effort runs into their blood. Poor people show excuses rather than showing effort. Christy May says, "Be with someone who won't make poor excuses for their lack of effort." Achieving goals has never been fun for anyone. It's not something exciting that will push you up automatically without a press on button. You need the effort to reach a destination, to fly high, to prosper, and to see yourself somewhere you could just have imagined. If you lack effort, forget all the aforementioned manners. Heston Blumenthal, the famous British celebrity chef, once said, "I was determined that if I failed, it wouldn't be due to lack of effort." How can you even forgive yourself for all your failures that showed up because you were unable to show up some effort? Because you were unable to crack a nut? Because you were unable to bring your game? Just how could you? No wonder you will stay poor. Remember, the person that holds you back is you. Number 3. Lack of financial knowledge. You talk about making finance and you have no idea, no knowledge about it? I pity you. Well, a lot of people accompany you in this regard. According to a statistic, 63% of Americans are financially illiterate. That's too much, right? Something alarming. The very well-known author T. Harv Eker writes about how important managing finance is. His words state, "The single biggest difference between financial success and financial failure is how well you manage your money. It's simple. To master money, you must manage money." How do you expect yourself to manage money without any financial knowledge? Rich people seek financial knowledge, poor don't. They usually do not use bank accounts to keep their money. The thought of investing money horrifies them. The number 1 person in today's generation and the economy is the lack of financial knowledge. Alan Greenspan. Americans lack the ability to organize their money for education, business, healthcare, and retirement. This issue needs attention, or else you will never be able to free yourself from the handcuffs of economic slavery. Learning about finance is the key to living a rich life, or else stay poor. 4. Lack of positivity. Minus sign has always been conventionally used for showing directions that are negative. The numbers indicated with a negative sign always show a declining state. If you too are in a declining state, Look at the sign you've wrapped around yourself with. Is it a plus or a minus? If it's a minus, I'm afraid to declare that you would never become rich. Negativity is cannibalistic. The more you feed it, the bigger and stronger it grows. Bobby Darnell. Oprah Winfrey owns her own television network today. Do you know that she was actually born to poor parents who left her in the care of her grandmother at a farm where she could hardly meet her needs? The poor urban lifestyle left many scars on her childhood. But who cares about the past? She's Oprah! The positivity in her led her to shed behind all the negativity of the past. This attribute made her reach to the net worth of around $2.9 billion. Jaw-dropping, isn't it? Turn your words into wisdom, that's what she quotes. Negativity brings nothing but discouragement. Many past events may traumatize you, and the negativity from them will anchor you from moving forward. Get that anchor off, or this frame of mind will never let you become rich. 5. Lack of goals. Ever heard of SMART goals? Set by George T. Duran, these goals are indeed SMART. SMART stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, time-bound. What do you think the rich do? Set up hundreds of goals to be accomplished in a year? No, they don't. They follow the SMART strategy. They list their goals as their priority, and they motivate themselves to climb that ladder step by step. They don't just come to a point where there is no way up, the ladder is infinite. Poor, on the other hand, don't have any measurable goals. I don't know what they rely on. I don't know what they're afraid of. I don't know why they are unable to buck themselves up and become realistically idealistic. I don't know what makes them idealistically idealistic. Lack of goals means nothing to make progress on and ultimately resulting in no bright future. How do you think you would spend your life after retirement? On only the pension? Poor you. Set yourself some realistic goals and try to actually reach them. You don't deserve to die poor, do you? 6. Lack of expert advice. Seek for amateur advice is what most poor people do. Your friends and family might be a good option to seek advice from, but only when they're well aware of that particular interest you need a piece of advice on. Just to ensure that none of your friends and family feels bad, you take their advice. For what sake? Do they pay your bills or give you food? Then why on earth do you have to take this step? Rich people find experts when they are unable to figure out something. Experts are the ones who have dedicated their lives to the cause of your specific problems. Then why go for Sunday driver? People are experts in their niche. If you know someone around who can give you good advice, go for it. If you don't see anyone around, hire one. Seeking amateur advice is like you're expecting yield from the place you didn't plant. 7. Lack of courage to take smart risks. He who is not courageous enough to take risks will accomplish nothing in life. Muhammad Ali. Get the courage to take unusual risks or get ready to settle for the ordinary. Did you know studies even show that lack of courage is one of the most common causes of most of the psychological disorders? If you're not courageous enough to fight for yourself, to get extraordinary, to drive in you some motivation, to reach for peculiarity, and most of all, to take smart risks, then don't just get set for a poor lifestyle, but even for some psychological disorders. If you want it, go for it, take a risk, don't always play it safe or you'll die wondering. Anonymous. Success demands risks, and risks demand courage. Poor people lack the courage to take risks. Take smart risks so you don't lose the chance. Even if you fail, don't worry, you will gain some wisdom that will be worth taking that risk. 8. Lack of libraries. When was the last time you read a book? High school or probably college? It's so distressing to know how fewer people read. Books can take you to a totally different world. In the words of George R.R. Martin, a reader lives 1,000 lives before he dies. The man who never reads lives only one. Imagine the knowledge you gain from reading books. Imagine if a book inspires you so much that it changes your entire life. Magical, wouldn't it be? Maxim Gorky, the Soviet writer, considers books to be the ladder of human progress. Books elevate your wisdom and broaden your perspective to look into situations. They always find a way to help you through any difficulty you're in. Wealthy people read books. Their knowledge, wisdom, vision, ability to analyze elevates at a totally different level. Reading makes you more reasonable and exclusive. Want to be rich? Then read more and more with every passing day. 9. Lack of confidence. People go through some life experiences that can traumatize them, make them skeptical, and can create trust issues. But that does not mean you deserve to live this way. Low self-esteem can drown you deep down into the oceans from where there is no way up. Lack of confidence plays a dramatic role when it comes to career or business. You hold yourself back with your own insecurities. How does that even sound fair? Vince Lombardi says, confidence is contagious, so is lack of confidence. So with a lack of confidence, you not only keep yourself stray from success, but also people around you get affected. You're reluctant to take steps because you lack the confidence to do so. Marcus Garvey quotes beautifully, "If you haven't confidence in self, you are twice defeated in the race of life, with confidence even before you've started." Last words. Poor. The word itself sounds poor. Poor are poor because there is disbelief in them. They lack certain qualities that rich people are found to have in abundance. Rich people never get lucky, it's their hard work that makes them touch the limits of the sky. Remember one thing, you are what you do. If you're poor, then just imagine what you're up to. Your life is based on your personal choices and decisions. Then why not choose some wise and visionary steps? Stop making excuses. Learn to learn. Try everything new with each passing day. Psychology says 95% of the things happen that you think. Change your mindset if you want to be rich. With the features stated above, I'm afraid you will stay poor and never be rich. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, comment, and especially subscribe to the channel. You're also free to receive the new book, 5 Steps to Reach Financial Freedom, by clicking on the link in the description below the video.